Sometime within the next few decades, an event will transpire that will mark the absolute end of an entire epoch of human civilization. A quiet milestone that most people will completely miss until it is long gone. Deep inside a highly secured, sterile automotive assembly plant, a group of veteran engineers will gather around a chassis, torque down a final series of mechanical bolts, and step back to watch a pristine machine roll off the line. It will be the single last internal combustion, gasoline-powered convertible ever built on planet Earth. Someone belonging to our exact generation, someone who is breathing right now, will walk into a dealership, sign the paperwork, and drive that historic machine straight out into the afternoon sun. Today, we are mounting a highly speculative, deeply provocative investigation into a future that is rapidly catching up to us, tackling the ultimate question that every single passionate car enthusiast should be asking. When the global regulatory walls finally close in completely on the internal combustion engine, which automotive brand will be brave enough, crazy enough, and romantic enough to build the final open-top petrol sanctuary? Think about the sheer, overwhelming velocity at which the global automotive industry is marching toward a clinical, completely automated electric future. Governments around the world are continuously drafting aggressive legislation to ban the sale of new fossil fuel vehicles, while corporate boards spend hundreds of billions of dollars transitioning to heavy, silent battery platforms. In this hyper-efficient new paradigm dominated by aerodynamic crossover pods and digital screens, the open-top sports car is viewed by corporate bean counters as an obsolete, wildly inefficient relic. To build a convertible requires immense engineering resources to structurally stiffen a roofless chassis, which inherently adds weight and ruins the drag coefficients that electric vehicles rely on for their range metrics. Yet, history has consistently proven that the human spirit does not fall in love with sterile efficiency, it falls in love with raw, unadulterated sensory romance. The final manufacturer to build a petrol convertible won't be doing it to satisfy a government mandate or to fix a corporate financial balance sheet. They will do it as a definitive, monumental act of pure artistic defiance, a multi-million-dollar love letter to the glorious century of internal combustion. To predict exactly whose emblem will be stamped onto the steering wheel of that final historic machine, we must first analyze the traditional guardians of the analog sports car universe. The first obvious contender that instantly leaps to mind is the absolute titan of mechanical preservation from Stuttgart, Porsche. Porsche has built its entire legendary identity around the meticulous evolution of the 911, a car that has survived every single major economic crisis and regulatory threat over the last 6 decades. They have recently invested hundreds of millions of dollars into developing synthetic e-fuels, a massive technological gamble engineered specifically to keep internal combustion alive without relying on fossil fuels. Imagine a final, limited edition Porsche 911 Speedster or an ultra-raw Boxster Spider running on pure carbon-neutral e-fuel, screaming its flat 6 symphony all the way to a 9,000 RPM redline. Porsche has the unmatched engineering capability, the rabid global collector base, and the deep historical motivation to be the absolute last brand standing in the arena of internal combustion. But if you look past the clinical precision of Germany, a wildly different, far more emotional contender emerges from the sun-drenched valleys of northern Italy. Ferrari is a company whose entire foundational mythos is built on the high-revving scream of a naturally aspirated internal combustion engine, a sound Enzo Ferrari famously declared to be the true definition of music. Even as they reluctantly introduce hybrid powertrains and develop their own fully electric supercars, Maranello understands that their ultra-wealthy clientele doesn't buy a Ferrari for sensible transportation. They buy a Ferrari to experience an explosive, visceral opera of mechanical violence while exposed entirely to the rushing open air. Picture a final, unhinged V12 Aperta, a roofless hypercar built with absolutely zero digital filters, designed purely to turn gasoline into pure auditory adrenaline one last time. Ferrari has the unique cultural armor and the immense financial leverage to look at global bans, pay the massive regulatory fines out of pocket, and build an open-top monument to mechanical excess just because they can. Yet, while the world focuses entirely on multi-million-dollar European hypercars, the true answer to this historical mystery might actually be waiting on the other side of the planet. For decades, the true democratic champion of open-top motoring has lived in Hiroshima, Japan, wearing the humble but fiercely respected badge of the Mazda Miata. Mazda's engineers have spent generations protecting a sacred philosophical concept known as Jinba Itai, the seamless, telepathic connection between a driver and their horse. They have continuously rejected the industry trend of making cars heavier, wider, and more digitally insulated, fighting tooth and nail to keep the MX-5 lightweight, analog, and accessible to the everyday working class. There is a profound poetic beauty in the idea that the final Petrol convertible won't be a priceless hypercar locked away in a billionaire's climate-controlled vault. Instead, it could very well be a simple, lightweight Mazda Roadster, built by a fiercely independent company that refuses to let the everyday driver lose their connection to the open sky. This intense clash of brand philosophies is precisely why this specific topic carries such an incredibly high potential for viral debates and absolute comment velocity. Internet spreadsheet racers and corporate futurists love to claim that arguing over the end of internal combustion is a useless exercise in old-school nostalgia. They tell us that electric convertibles will be faster, quieter, and infinitely more advanced, rendering the traditional gasoline engine completely obsolete. But those data-driven critics are completely blind to the fundamental psychology of what makes a driver truly fall in love with an open-top machine. An electric convertible can give you instant torque, but it can never give you the mechanical theater of dropping 2 gears on a crisp autumn evening. It can never deliver the rhythmic vibration of pistons firing inches from your feet, or the intoxicating smell of unburnt fuel bouncing off a canyon wall. The final Petrol convertible will be sought after precisely because it is beautifully, gloriously flawed compared to the sterile perfection of a battery-powered appliance. When you step back and look at the absolute grand scale of human history, the era of the internal combustion engine will be remembered as a wild, deeply romantic flash in the pan. We were given a brief, magnificent window of time where regular human beings could harness the explosive power of ancient sunlight, control it with a manual shift lever, and chase the horizon with an open sky above them. To completely surrender that visceral connection without a fight is a tragedy that the true automotive purist will never accept. The brand that chooses to build that final open-top petrol machine will instantly etch its name into the eternal halls of automotive mythology. They will be remembered not just as a manufacturer of consumer goods, but as the brave, defiant defenders of human coordination, mechanical sympathy, and raw freedom. Whichever emblem ends up sitting on the hood of that final historic car, the value of that vehicle will instantly transcend traditional economics to become a priceless artifact of human ingenuity. It will stand as a roaring, unyielding monument to an era when driving was an art form, a sensory romance, and a direct dialogue with the laws of physics. Decades from now, when the roads are entirely dominated by silent, autonomous electric pods, people will stop and stare at that final convertible with a deep sense of reverence and longing. They will listen to the distinct mechanical bark of its engine starting up, watch the exhaust vapor rise into the air, and remember what it truly felt like to be alive behind the wheel. Do not let the clinical, practical world convince you that this magic doesn't matter, because once that final fire is extinguished, it is gone forever. So, let's start the ultimate debate right now in the comments section below. Which legendary brand do you believe will have the absolute courage to build the final internal combustion convertible in human history? Will it be the engineering perfectionists at Porsche, the emotional operatics of Ferrari, the democratic purists at Mazda, or a dark horse contender like Aston Martin or Chevrolet? Let me know your definitive predictions and thoughts below, and let's get this discussion moving. Before you head out to enjoy the open road, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join our growing automotive family. Give this video a big thumbs up if you believe internal combustion is an art form worth fighting for, and check out the special links in the description below for exclusive content you do not want to miss. Drop the top, drop a gear, and always remember what it feels like to truly drive. Take care, and we will see you in the next deep dive into automotive history and future legends.